Hi, this is Linda with Casey Creations, and I was working on this journal from LunicArtDesign. It is her nostalgia set, and I was going to make a waterfall, and I thought, well, I'll do a tutorial so you can see how I do my waterfalls. What I have done, I took a whole journal page. You would fold it like so normally. And I told the printer that, and I selected 4 different settings of doubles, sides like this. This one, this one, this one, this one. And I told it to make 3 by 5 cards. So these are going to be my pictures for the waterfall. There'll be 8 total. And then I'm going to use the backing, this paper, and I'm going to show you how I lay it all out. I think it's super easy and it works really well for me, and they tend to line up better when you've got them like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go cut these apart, and I'll be right back. You don't need to see all that boring stuff. So here I go. All right, I got all my little cards cut out from the big sheet. I'm going to stack them together, make sure that they're all the same size so our waterfall lines up correctly. This is the sheet I'm going to put them on, and this is going to be my backing. It's pretty roses. Now what I do, you need to find directional on your paper if you're using directional. So when your card is here and you flip it up, you want this side to be up. Does that make sense? You want it to be the correct profile. You don't want your flowers upside down. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my 8.5 by 11 paper, and I'm going to score a 1/2 inch down the 11-inch side. Fold. Now, when I put my card on, anytime you add anything to a journal that's a flip or a fold out, whatever, it's not going to line up perfectly with the edges. It'll be just a tiny bit over. So I don't want any of this to be white. So I'm just going to ink it. You're never going to see this, except for the little tiny line there. Fold it in. I'm going to take my little papers, my little cards, and I'm going to glue them down. Now this is the fold. This is the right side of the paper. We're going to fold it in and lay it down. Then we're going to glue our little cards right up to the edge here. And I use Aleene's Tacky Glue. I mask that a lot. I like it because it's a little bit thicker. It doesn't bleed out so much. Right up to the edge. Double check it. And then just press them down. Now, if you wanted to make a little insert for one of these, then you would just glue the top, the side, and the bottom. Or if you don't, you can just put them all down. I'm going to make some of mine that has a little insert, and I've got 8, so I'll do 4 that way. Just going to glue the bottom, one side, and you need to decide, do you want it open on the right or the left? Mine's going to be open on the left, and I do not butt mine up against each other just because I might make a mistake and cut into that, then they would not be even. Right up to the edge, not over. Because if it's over when you flip it, it's not going to flip right. Looks good. And we won't do all 8. You'll get the idea of how I do it. So you don't have to sit and watch me glue it to the same thing over and over and over. So we'll do 4 of them. I've got a little, it doesn't look very straight right there. Let's even it up a little bit. And also when you're cutting, and you're cutting something small, stick your fingers out there so that you can brace your scissors, and that way you're not so wiggly, because if I don't do it, I'm all over the place. Yeah. Then we'll make another one where it's open. So I'll glue the bottom, side, and top. Right up to the edge. Just squish it up a little bit. Now, all we're going to do is cut these out. And I use the scissors for cutting these because sometimes I can't see exactly where the blade or the trimmer is, and I don't want to cut into them. So we'll just cut them all out. I love this paper, the nostalgia, the soft blues, kind of gray and gray blue, just old images. It's so pretty, it's very calming. I've made a journal out of this set before, and I loved it so much, I go, I'm going to do another one. Except this one is going to be entirely different than the first one. Now, what you do not want to do is you do not want to angle these. We're going to leave them exactly square on the edges. Get our page. Now, the way I do it, see your little flap when it's down, it's not going to be white. That's what I don't like white on my journals at all. So it matches, goes all the way down. So what we're going to do is just ink around the edges, if you like ink. I do. You don't need to ink that down there. Fold it in. Make sure your little tabs are even. Yep. And we're going to fold or glue on this side here. And we'll kind of find the center, which would be here. And we're going to put our card down. Right up to the edge. Take our next one. Let's see. That one's an open one. So next I'll take one that's not. But if you glue them down like I did on the paper, your little 1/2 inch will always be the same than if you cut them individually. I've butted this right up against the edge. I'm going to fold it down, make sure that we're straight, and you can just wiggle a little bit if you need it. And now I need an open one. Sometimes I back it with lined paper so you can journal on the backs if you want it, or in this case I'm going to make my little inserts for the ones that are open a little writing page. Fold them down, make sure you're still lined up. And the last one. And usually a normal page can hold 8 to 9, depending on how big your little cards are. Everybody down, get them lined up. And that's how you would do it. You just keep going, stacking them. And then to make your band to hold them down, I just take paper, and I usually do like 1 inch. So you'd want to do 2 inches. So let's cut us a strip here, 2 inches. And we'll score it in half, 1 inch. And hope I made a straight cut. Fold it in half, and then we're going to figure out, see, I'm not straight, I got to trim that off, how far you want it down. You don't want it all the way to the very bottom, just maybe 1/4 inch. Put a little mark at the very top, and I'm going to score across that mark because that's going to flip over our page. Let's even this up first. My half was not so half. And if you just lay your scissors up against the edge, you'll cut pretty straight. There, that's better. Now, our little score line that we have, we're going to spin it over. So that's what's going to go over our page, but I don't need 2 of them. So I'm going to cut down the half mark. I'm going to fold this in, and then I'm going to cut this off. Then it will be just like that. Glue it together. And again, I'm going to ink that little part there because I don't want the white to show. use my pencil mark. There. Now we're going to take our little flap here. Put some glue on it on the inside. Now line it up in the center of our card, our little cards. Bring it down. Give it a good press. Now here you can either put a little charm, swivel on it. You can put some Velcro dots, which is what I'm going to do. But that'll hold them all shut. But that's as easy as it is. And they're all nice and finished on the back. So everything looks pretty. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really simple. If you have any questions, reach out, give me a touch. And still then, stay crafty. Bye-bye.